Healthy person get diabetes?
See, first of all, there are two types of diabetes. Let's talk about the adult onset diabetes.
Okay.
Let's not get into the type 1 diabetes.
Okay.
Diabetes, yes, hereditary genetic predisposition obviously makes a lot of difference, number one. Number two, stress in today's times is one of the very commonest triggering factor that can push you towards diabetes. The third is lifestyle. Because there are three pillars I always tell, the diet, exercise, and the mental health. So all these things put together increases the incidence of diabetes, but yet family predisposition.
What's your thought? This diabetes reversal is really exist?
See, diabetes reversal, in my opinion, is a misnomer.
Okay.
It is misquoted.
Okay.
Because to give it more feminine name, there is nothing like diabetes reversal. It is control of diabetes without medication.
Okay.
So disease remains. It is not like malaria, typhoid, dengue, we have cure it. No, there is no cure. But with the good lifestyle, the diet and other stress management I have said, you are controlling your diabetes without medication.
One word of wisdom if you want to share for diabetic patient, if you can share something.
See, first of all, I always tell my patient, start accepting things.
Wow.
If you have got high sugar, you have got one. You have got diabetes, you have one. If you have blood pressure, have one. So once you start anything with negativity, मुझे diabetes क्यों? Why I am the chosen one? There is no answer to that.
Oh, okay.
So once you accept the disease, you understand the disease, there will not be no problem. But if you are in the field of denial all the time, I don't want to take medication, डॉक्टर साहब कुछ और दो, ये करेला खा लूंगा, वो खा लूंगा, ध्यान रखूंगा, कल से तो मैं चलना ही शुरू करने वाला हूँ. Nothing happens overnight because it is your habit that is there with you since years together. So first of all, accept and understand your disease to remain free of complication.
Happy and healthy vacation. Emphasis on not having too much classes to kids. Engage them in group activity.
Now, please allow them to play. Allow these flowers to blossom. We want our child to be taught properly. We absolutely want our child to be educated. We want him or her to be excel in their career. But relax. पूरी जिंदगी उनको दौड़ना है. तो जब उनको breather मिलता है, give some time. So what happens is I have seen whatever projects has been given for Diwali, parents are finishing it. So yes. End of the day, schools have been satisfied कि दिवाली होमवर्क दिया, हो गया, parents ने कर दिया. This is not the way it should do. Make the childhood have its own pleasures and I say privileges of not doing anything at all the time.
Welcome to another episode of Between the Lines, One Word, Family Doctor. Whenever somebody is not well in our family, we go to family doctor. Every family has family doctor. It is not necessary that doctor is in blood relation, but still he's a family doctor. But in last few years, we are moving away from this concept. If somebody is not well in our family, we either consult a specialized doctor or go to super specialty hospital. Then what is the need of family doctor? What is the importance of family physician? What should we do if we face abnormal medical condition? What is the role of technology in healthcare? A lot of such information we will get from our guest, Dr. Pragnesh Vachharajani. Dr. Pragnesh Vachharajani runs his own clinic. He was a president of Indian Medical Association. He is a secretary of Family Physician Association. He initiated nice concept of creating awareness about technology within medical fraternity. He's a blogger. He's also a podcaster and runs his podcast on subject of healthcare. So let's go and meet young and energetic Dr. Pragnesh Vachharajani. Dr. Pragnesh, welcome to Between the Lines. Between the lines, the concept started. Normally when we see the podcast, it is related to specific subject. So maybe it is related to only medical, it is related to only technology. But here, between the lines, we want to know about the journey and experience of eminent personality. Because a lot of people like you being a doctor, you go through a lot of different sort of experience. You take a lot of initiatives. And during this entire journey, you come out with a lot of learnings for yourself. And many times you people can give a word of wisdom to our audience, and that is the concept of between the lines. And you, being a doctor, you are involved day in, day out in your practice. In between, also, you do a lot of other activities, and still, you have taken out your time for this podcast. So I'm really grateful for to you. Thank you so much for coming here.
Uh, Thank you, first of all, for inviting me in the between the lines. Because see, in today's world, there is a lot of things to be read in between the lines, in the context, if we say
Yes, yes,
something.
yes, yes.
And it is always pleasure to be in the public forum, to the talking to the people and interacting with different people like you who also thinks something, doing something different from the routine. So pleasure is all mine.
Doctor, one thing I really has pushed me to come to you and discuss is all about a word, family physician. We want to know what is this family physician concept.
See, if we date back to the our ancestors, previously the family physicians means the person who is present from the birth in the family
Hmm.
and to the last rites of the person.
Hmm.
In between, all the ceremonies are counted,
Hmm.
whether it is mundan, whether it is marriage,
Hmm.
engagement, whatever.
Hmm.
So the person who is present from, we say from cradle to grave,
Hmm.
who is with the family in their healthcare journey.
Hmm. Hmm.
Technically, he is a
Hmm.
family
Hmm.
physician.
Hmm.
Now the things are changing, but in broad terms,
Hmm.
that's what the family physician is all about.
Hmm. So it is same as we always say that he's our family doctor. So that is what the concept.
Yes.
Now, uh, when we were discussing about this family physician concept, you also said that there is some organization or federation, especially which is meant for the family physician. So, do we have any such federation? And if yes, what they do?
See, we have got a FFPI, that is Federation of Family Physicians Association of India.
Okay.
And primarily is just like any other trade body, but specifically meant for allopathic family physicians across India.
Okay.
And that FFPI is having 32 units, matlab you can say cities across
Okay.
India, and
Okay.
more than 10,000 members as of now.
Okay.
And the primary motto
Hmm.
basically is for two purposes.
Hmm.
One, to do something for the society.
Okay.
Means you can say like a public education, making some guidelines for, say, for example, we have done it in COVID or something.
Hmm.
So making guidelines something do useful for the society,
Hmm.
and at the same time upgrading our members to the latest what is happening in the field of medicine across the world.
Okay. So that means this federation gathers all the family physicians and creates some awareness, or they give them some guidance, or what?
Yeah. See, as I said, on both the parts,
Hmm.
we vouch around for the new topics, new programs, new guidelines coming up. See, because health is an ever evolving science.
Hmm.
So every day, आज guideline डिस्कस का कुछ है कल और कुछ बदल जाएगा.
Hmm.
So we need to keep our members updated, and we want to standardize the way family physician practice across India.
Okay.
So we are in the process of releasing various guidelines.
Okay.
Because we have got a lot of guidelines which we follow from the Western countries.
Okay.
We do not have any lot of things indigenous to India.
Okay.
So this federation, we are aiming to make something which is peculiar because we are different.
Hmm.
We Indians are different, though we are all over the world,
Hmm.
but still we are different genetically and in lot of the ways.
Hmm.
So that is one part. And second part, as I said, any other academic upgradation or any issues pertaining to family physician that may arise over a period of time, maybe talking to the authorities and something like that, that onus is taken care by FFPI.
But do you feel that in last few years people are moving away from this family physician concept, and they normally consider either super specialty hospital or some specialized doctor?
See, I won't blame society alone.
Hmm.
We, being a family physician, I also need to take some onus on our side. Because see, it is on the both the side. When I see the grass is green on the other side, everybody feels that being a consultant or being associated with a bigger hospital is more lucrative. So lot of doctors have stopped opting for a family practice.
Okay.
That is one part. And so whenever you need a family physician for a house call or maybe odd hour of the night, you don't get one.
Okay.
And because the society structure, the government, the rules, the regulations are such, and the ever increasing cost of this real estate and all sort of licenses that one needs to take, the permissions, the expenses, it is very difficult for an individual family physician to survive. For me, who has almost gone through half of their career, it's not a challenge. But somebody who is just entering the era, there are a lot of challenges for him or her. So people are not opting. That is one. Second part, everybody is in hurry. सब लोग भाग रहे हैं किसके पीछे, I am not aware. But everybody is in a hurry. Everybody do not want to miss a college, do not want to miss thing. Even for a senior KG exam, parents are so anxious. So everybody wants a quick fix like Maggie all the time. There is no brand endorsement
Yeah,
for Maggie
yeah,
as such.
yeah.
But so that's the reason everybody wants a quick fix. And there is a misnomer that if we go to a specialist, if we get blood tests faster, maybe we can get cured faster. So that's the reason on both the sides. This is unfortunate. This is very unfortunate for a country like India because who need accessible and affordable healthcare in all the parts of the country. So what I feel, being a family physician, we are the most important pillars, and something needs to be done to strengthen that.
Amazing thought you have given here. So I always, I always have interest in knowing about the person, the specific call they've taken for their career. Now, after medical study, normally the people always want to join either any big hospital or they want to start their own, practice in a bigger way. But if I look at your the career path after medical study, you have decided to join your family clinic.
True.
Why?
See, the first and foremost reason is my uncle, who was a family physician himself and who has practiced, who had a roaring practice. He was one of the most leading family physicians of Ahmedabad. So he was the key factor driving me away from postgraduate to the family practice.
Oh.
And he said, I have done enough of practice. It is now for you to take it over. So please do not join post-graduation. Come to PG. That was one part. And I served with the hospital for a couple of years because to acquire and improvise my skills. So when there is a time, say 3 to 5 years, set, I take it is the right time to get into practice because in practice you have a different sort of satisfaction. When we see, being a family physician, we see different variety of patients all the time. We see a cardiac patient, we see a neurological patient, we see a pediatric patient, these and that. So at the end of the day, forget about Gandhi Bapu in the pocket, but this immense amount of satisfaction that it brings, that only you can get in your own individual family.
But then why he stopped you to do by doing this PG or specialize in medical?
It's a simple thought. Society needs more family physicians than consultant. So we have got a legacy of a family practice in our family, then you should be opting for the same.
I think this is one very good inputs or insights for parenting because nowadays the decision for kids are being taken intellectually.
True.
Rather your father or your family has taken a very sensitive and emotional decision, which is in the good faith of the citizens.
True.
So I must say this is a good input and should be given to the today's parents.
True.
Now let us come to a day-to-day medical issues. One disease which is called diabetes. We have a lot of myth about that. It comes with maybe in hereditary. It comes because of consuming a lot of sugar or sweet. So two things we want to know: is it true, and can healthy person get diabetes?
See, first of all, there are two types of diabetes. Let's talk about the adult onset diabetes.
Okay.
Let's not get into the type 1 diabetes.
Okay.
Diabetes, yes, hereditary genetic predisposition obviously makes a lot of difference, number one. Number two, stress in today's times. It is one of the very commonest triggering factor that can push you towards diabetes. The third is lifestyle. Because there are three pillars I always tell, the diet, exercise, and the mental health. So all these things put together increases the incidence of diabetes. But yet family predisposition, yes, I don't know whether your father or mother will give you some wealth or not, but they can definitely give you diabetes. So need to be careful if you've got a family history in diabetes. And secondly, the lifestyle that we have adopted, or I can say we have created a mash in the name of lifestyle that we have done over a period of time. That has increased number of diabetics in India, maybe across the world like anything.
So maybe a healthy person who doesn't even consume much sugar or sweet, but if he keeps on taking too much stress, he's bound to get diabetes.
Maybe, yes. See, there are, as I said, mental health, physical health, and your genetic makeup. Three things are important in any lifestyle disease, be it hypertension, diabetes, or cardiac disease.
In last few years, evolvement of technology, a lot of technology has evolved, and especially for medical.
True.
One initiative which I have seen is which is called diabetes reversal.
True.
And I've seen some of the people who have gone for that, and they claim that they have come out of all the medicine and insulin. What's your thought? This diabetes reversal is really exist?
See, diabetes reversal, in my opinion, is a misnomer. It
Okay.
is misquoted
Okay.
because to give it more fame and name,
Hmm.
there is nothing like diabetes reversal.
Hmm.
It is control of diabetes without medication.
Okay.
So disease remains. It is not like malaria, typhoid, dengue, we have cure it.
Hmm.
No, there is no cure.
Hmm.
But with the good lifestyle, the diet, and other stress management, I have said, you are controlling your diabetes without medication.
Okay.
So actually, in real terms, it is not reversal, it is control
Controlling the
without
diabetes.
medication.
Okay.
That's what we do. And that is, if that is very well possible, but if you start acting early in the early phase of diabetes,
Diabetes.
maybe after a few years down the line in diabetes may not be possible. And that is also possible that you are maintaining your good sugar without medication today. Down the line, 5 years, things may change because our body is constantly changing.
So one word of wisdom, if you want to share for diabetic patient, if you can share something.
See, first of all, I always tell my patient, start accepting things.
Wow.
If you have got high sugar, you have got one. You have got diabetes, you have one. If you have blood pressure, have one. So once you start anything with negativity, मुझे diabetes क्यों? Why I am the chosen one? There is no answer to that.
Oh, okay.
So once you accept the disease, you understand the disease, there will not be no problem. But if you are in the field of denial all the time, I don't want to take medication, doctor साहब कुछ और दो, मैं ये करेला खा लूंगा, वो खा लूंगा, ध्यान रखूंगा, कल से तो मैं चलना ही शुरू करने वाला हूँ. Nothing happens overnight because it is your habit that is there with you since years together. So first of all, accept and understand your disease to remain free of complication.
Wow.
So you have to look for two things: control of that particular disease and your quality of life. Control without quality doesn't make any sense. So you understand and accept the disease, then you are fine.
You have given a wonderful thought, or expect unexpected.
Yeah.
This is a good thought.
True.
Coming to the another point, which is a very known point nowadays, it's all about vitamin, and especially vitamin D. There are also certain myths and facts. So if you can just highlight that, about the vitamin D, and is there any specific level which we have to maintain, or is there any danger if we have higher level of also vitamin D? So if you can just clear this thought about vitamin D.
See, I tell my patients that if I get tested 10 normal healthy individuals for their vitamin D level, I'm likely to get good number of normally healthy individuals with very low level of vitamin D. Again, our lifestyle comes into play because vitamin D is normally naturally synthesized in our body when our skin is exposed to the sun. Now it is not getting exposed. There are no outdoor sports. We are in the office or maybe in the school from early in the morning. We are wearing full sleeve clothes. Our cars are having tinted glasses. So lot many things. So we are deprived of sun basically. So that's where vitamin D deficiency is very dampened. And it is a very important vitamin, not only for bones, for a lot of important functions in the body, including cell structure and all. So normal level of vitamin D is very much required. So if you have got a deficiency, first of all, get tested, know your level. Normally up to 30 is considered normal.
Okay.
And less than 30 to 20 we consider insufficient, and anything less than 10 we consider critically low. Then we may prefer injectables at times. But once you are vitamin D deficient, your doctor has prescribed you something. Your vitamin D will come back to normal. But what about this won't stay normal for lifetime? So the other measures that I've said, sun exposure and other thing, you must do. And other part, there is a definite entity called hypervitaminosis. Yes. So at a drop of a hat, लोग kitty party में मिलते हैं, कहीं Diwali getting. We are getting a lot of patients who have met there in Diwali. Yeah, my vitamin D is low, you must be having low, start taking this, that. No, that is absolutely no. In today's era, if you ask me before 25 years, I would have accepted it. But in the today's era, what we call is evidence-based medicine.
Okay.
Because we want to confirm everything before we jump into anything. I will not suggest anyone to take just as some friends or relatives or colleagues have suggested, without being tested. No supplementation should be taken.
Okay. But if I'm not wrong, this is my perception that in earlier days, maybe our ancestor, I feel that they were not having this sort of deficiency, or they never went for any testing. Today, if I say I feel fatigue, so doctor would definitely prescribe me to go for a vitamin test. So what is that one thing which always kept the our ancestor away from all this deficiency, or was there again a lifestyle or what?
Simple answer: lifestyle.
So more exposure to
Yes,
sunlight.
more outdoor activities, more exposed. Simple, and then there obviously some good diet.
Okay. Now, one worry nowadays is about the chest pain. Many times it is a muscular pain also. But the moment people feel chest pain, there is a question, confusion that what should I do? How can I know whether this is a normal pain or this is something critical and I have to rush? And if it is, what should we do?
See, first of all, if I talk in today's era, if you are an adult
Hmm.
and you get a chest pain, do not ignore.
Okay.
Simple. It could be muscular pain, it could be gas.
Hmm.
But let's see what we say, unless proved otherwise.
Hmm.
If somebody who is coming with a typical chest pain. Now, what a typical chest pain is?
Hmm.
Left-sided pain, maybe a central pain,
Hmm.
having some sort of government,
Hmm.
discomfort.
Hmm.
And person will tell that I never had this thing in past.
Hmm.
These are the normally typical chest pain what we call.
Hmm.
So happening in the early in the morning, happening on exertion.
Hmm.
These are typical textbook symptoms that have been taught to us that this has to be a cardiac pain.
Hmm.
It has to be something related to heart.
Hmm.
So unless we prove it that this is not a chest cardiac pain, one has to consider that. If you are in a developed city or in a big area where facilities for at least cardiogram is available,
Hmm.
it's always better to get one
Okay.
rather than wait for taking some soda, some homemade this and that. Because we have lost a lot of patient in that gas thing.
Hmm.
कि रात को गैस हुआ और सुबह उठे ही नहीं. So that is a very thin line. At the same time, everybody need not to worry. Because there are different types of pain. There could be muscular pain, there could be pain due to gas. So, but depending upon your age and your risk profile, say if you are more than 30 years of age, you are already having some hypertension, some diabetes or something, then absolutely ignoring any form of chest pain is absolutely no. But if you do good amount of physical activity, and see, once you raise this point, I will come to an important point. Lot of youngsters and middle-aged people join gym out of emotions. फ्रेंड ने बोला, दोस्त ने बोला, डॉक्टर ने बोला कुछ एक्सरसाइज करो,
वो भी जा रहा है
तो
तो मैं भी
विदाउट गेटिंग देयर cardiac fitness evaluated, they simply jump onto the gym, and that is very
Very
dangerous.
risky. Okay.
They must before so talk to a doctor, ask them. And normally what happens is government gyms always ask for fitness. Private gyms they do not ask.
Yeah.
So that's fine. The onus lies on obviously lies on the user. So one has to take care and then only proceed for the heavy exercise.
But if you can give us any one indication which tells you that this is really maybe a serious or maybe a cardiac, any?
As I said, something very unusual which is causing a lot of discomfort. See, yesterday only I had a patient of heart attack who has pain on right arm.
Oh.
So these symptoms that I'm not feeling well, आज कुछ मजा नहीं आ रहा. This is something unusual. I'm feeling gloomy. There is some heaviness or there is some pressure on my chest. नहीं मजा आ रहा, मुझे दांत दुख रहा है, मुझे यहाँ से कान भी दुख रहा है. Do not ignore.
And recently we have seen a lot of young people, young guys and girls, they died because of the cardiac, maybe in the age of 30s or 40s.
True.
Second observation is over-exertion in the gym. Third, it says the lack of sleep. So do you feel these are the reason which younger generation gets?
See, whenever now because of media, social media and lot of part, we got to know everything, every single death happening anywhere. तो शादी में डांस कर रहे थे, suddenly passed away, you will read somewhere in the morning. So there are multiple reasons. Every death is not due to heart attack.
Okay.
There could be some rhythm abnormalities, some abnormalities in the pulse. They may be having some inherited genetic abnormality in their arteries, which was not diagnosed because that was not challenged by any physical activity.
Okay.
Could be something else. Could be could be due to heart attack. I don't say that none of them had heart attack, but there are chances there could be death due to some other cardiac other reasons also. But in common, in general society terms, any sudden death is heart attack. So that's why that hype and hoopla has been created around. It is good as long as it creates a good amount of awareness rather than creating a fear in the society.
Okay.
And stress. If you are doing good exercise in gym, your lifestyle is good, but you have a lot of stress, your mental health is not good
Mm.
because of some reason or other reason,
Mm.
yes, it can definitely affect any organ of the body, particularly heart. So
Mm.
that again, stress in today's world is one of the major culprit for more amount of cardiac.
So, should I say that if I want to keep my heart healthy, I should not take much stress, or maybe I should manage that. Second, the good sleep, and third, when I if I go to gym, I have to be careful. I should not go into the much
Yes.
exercise which.
See, in today's world, mental health is equally important as physical health.
Hmm.
दिमाग की शांति चाहिए.
Hmm.
I'm sitting on pile of thing. I'm going to gym for a couple of hours in a day. I take everything.
Hmm.
But if I'm not maintaining my good mental health,
Hmm.
see, in common terms, mental health means depression, anxiety, going to a psychiatrist. It's not like that.
Hmm.
See, when we talk about holistic health, हम लोग every time we talk about 360-degree health and everything, mental health plays a very important role. So whatever you do, enjoy whatever you are doing, and if at all you are feeling stress, ask for help. As simple as that. People do not ask for help. They keep on pulling it because they are young. They can do a lot of things. But if you do not take timely help, it can take a big toll on your health.
Wonderful. I think this is the objective of Between the Line,
Yes.
because you know I may get a lot of information from internet about this healthy art or the cardiac, but you are sharing a great level of wisdom which is highly required apart from these technical parameters.
See what this has happened. See, one fine day you got to read our news about athlete who was a marathon runner suddenly died of cardiac thing. Then people will start telling what was the need for doing physical exercise when the active physical persons are also dying. But there are a lot of other factors also which nobody is looking into it.
Wonderful.
So they take it otherwise because they do not want to do exercise.
Exactly.
So they want to take out their own benefit.
No, doctor, I think this is a very good point you have shared, and I think everybody should, remain aware about the mental health.
And
That's
this
what it
rule
is.
applies of physical activity at any age, starting from child.
Wow, amazing. Now you are a blogger, and though you are a doctor, but your blog is not related to only medicine or medical. One blog I just want to quote, and please share your thought. Happy and healthy vacation. Emphasis on not having too much classes to kid. Engage them in group activity.
See, nowadays, if we see, previously when we were studying in the school, we used to get admission only in the this Bal Mandir. हमारे time पे ऐसे बोलते हैं ना, मतलब say you can say KG, then the first, second, and third come. Now the 2-year-old child has started going to the school.
Yes.
Fair enough. You make him wake up early. His bowel habits are disturbed. He's not eating properly. Homework, etc. Forget about it. They say they are enjoying in school, blah, 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 whatever it is. But whenever you give them a Diwali vacation or some other vacation, right, still the school prescribes a lot of homework to them.
Yes.
Now, please allow them to play. Allow these flowers to blossom. We want our child to be taught properly. We absolutely want our child to be educated. We want him or her to be excel in their career. But relax. पूरी जिंदगी उनको दौड़ना है. तो जब उनको breather मिलता है, give some time. So what happens is I have seen whatever projects has been given for Diwali, parents are finishing it. So end of the day, schools have been satisfied कि दिवाली homework दिया, हो गया, parents ने कर दिया. This is not the way it should do. Make the childhood have its own pleasures and I say privileges of not doing anything at all the time. Let them play, allow them to play with their peers. Because see what is happening, we are now all living in the era of nuclear families. There is a single child, maybe somebody staying your next door is alone who do not have dink couple, will not get into, let's not get into that. So they are socially deprived. So the interpersonal skills that develop, the bonding, social bonding that develops, that is missing. And we blame the new generation. This generation is senseless. These people are they are not sensible people because we have made them like one. So we must allow our children to play. Whenever there is a break, means break.
It's a wonderful thought. I think I must say every parent should know these insights, input, thoughts are coming from a doctor and no other person than doctor.
Because
is,
the life the lesson that life teaches,
Mm.
nobody can teach you.
Yeah, exactly.
So the kids, because they are very good observers, they get a lot of things from the things they observe, things happening surrounding them.
Mm.
So let them, they need some time. Let's do not jam their hard disk with a lot of data and that
Data.
hard disk gets
True.
jammed. Let's do not do that.
True. I think this thoughts are coming from a doctor, and doctor is the only person who knows science, the body science, the mind science very well. So
Yes.
I think every parent should take note of this. Now you have been involved in a lot of technological initiative in the medical.
True.
AI, artificial intelligence, has become buzzword. So we want to know, out of your experience and some of your initiative, what is the role of technology in medical and how AI is helping in medical?
See, out of curiosity and my predilection toward the technology in healthcare, it's around 2016 or something. We launched an initiative called Hitcon.
Oh, okay.
Hitcon, HIT-CON. Basically, it is healthcare information technology, and for doctors, con is a familiar word.
Yeah.
Diabetes con, hypertension con. So, जो लोगों को समझ आता है, we combine that. See, what I feel as a person, technology has got a very big role to play in delivery of healthcare at all levels. Because of the penetration of this mobile technology, data, and we are fortunate that we are in India because there is an almost end-mile connectivity that we have in the field of, because of technology. So that can do wonders for a country like India, who is sitting on an epidemic of chronic diseases like hypertension and diabetes. That's where dissemination of right knowledge to the people and technology is the biggest player. Second thing, what I feel in the next decade, the big thing that is happening, the way the healthcare being delivered to the society, only major change that I anticipate, one of the major changes that I anticipate is technology. I don't see 25, 50, 100 drugs, new drugs coming up and changing the healthcare scenario. But technology like AI, which has recently come up, is going to change it. So because of that, we have started educating doctors about use of technology, how doctors should be pro in adapting technology and making the life of a patient better, make them informed better. I give you a small example. Whenever a patient comes to me, some XYZ disease, say for example diabetes or B12 deficiency or whatever, they've got a lot of questions in their mind. I do give them some basic information and then I direct or guide them to my blog or my channel that please visit this and get more information. And most of the time they are very much satisfied because their doctor giving them the right information. So I take it otherwise. It is the onus on doctors like us to educate the society in right way because there are a lot of so-called healthcare influencers without zero healthcare background, having zero healthcare background, claiming to be an expert in healthcare and misguiding public. So we can't stop them because that is none of our job.
Yes, yes.
But our job is to create the right content and put it to the public.
Okay.
So technology in treating patients, in preventive health, and in preventing complication and connecting the patient is both.
Oh, amazing. And any one example, if you can give us that which has got revolution in healthcare. So any one example, if you can give us about the technology.
See, simple thing, the Ayushman Bharat mission that government, ambitious mission government of India has launched. You can see the magnitude of the use that if you are having any software which is compliant with that Ayushman Bharat digital mission, you can have your entire healthcare history in your pocket, in your mobile through an application.
Okay.
Now, for a country like India, this is a boon because now we have got a population who keep traveling from one city to another, this to this place. So they can have entire medical history in one part.
Okay.
And a simple technology like WhatsApp and this and that, where you can share your critical reports to the doctor within minutes. The telemedicine has done a wonderful work in the COVID era. So there are a lot of such examples where technology has transformed the way things are happening.
Amazing. One aspect of your personality, what I have observed is you being a doctor, but you come up with a lot of humor also in your approach, in your talks. And that is a beauty of your side. So today our society, we people have become so much serious in our life.
True.
If you can share your thought or your advice or your word of wisdom to our audience that how we can, use this humor in our life or how much it is important.
See, first of all, my observation is we do not enjoy what we do.
Okay.
And that's where the entire problem starts.
Okay.
Or being a family physician, what happens is in morning we have SAS coming to us telling something about Bau.
Hmm.
And in evening we have got Bau who is coming to tell something about her SAS.
Right.
So being a family physician, we have privilege
Hmm.
that we interact with such extreme spheres of, I will definitely SAS and who are the two different extremes. So, and we always feel that being a family physician, we are a socialist also.
Hmm.
We can influence their family in a different way.
Oh.
If some child is not accepting the advice given by parents, then they bring them to us. So this is what is important. As far as humor is concerned, see, I always believe कि enjoy whatever you are doing, and at the same time, इतनी सारी चिंता है, टेंशन दुनिया में हमको क्यों लेना है? There are people who are bound to take it. I always tell कि whenever I get a mother who is very anxious about a child's exam in a junior KG, I said, मोदी साहब का फोन आया था, कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट टास्क आपको दिया, व्हाई यू लुकिंग सो वरीड? नहीं नहीं सर, बच्चे की एग्जाम है। मैंने कहा कौन बच्चा का पीएचडी में पढ़ता है? नहीं सर, अभी तो जूनियर केजी में है। तो हम लोग हर छोटी चीज को इतना बड़ा बना देते हैं। लेट इट बी द वे इट इज। छोड़ना सीखो, भूलना सीखते नहीं है लोग, बांध के चलते हैं। इतना दिमाग में हम बोलते हैं ना, अनफॉर्चुनेटली हमारे पास ये दिमाग की हार्ड डिस्क क्लीन करने का कोई टूल नहीं है कि इसको साफ कर दिया तो फिर से सीधे से चालू किया, वो पॉसिबल नहीं है। लेकिन वो सफाई का टूल कहाँ से आता है? When we sit with people, when we interact with the people, when we have lighter moments in the family, when we do not use our mobile for longer period of time. This is the way, these are the cleaning tools, these are the tools which give you humor now and then. That's where the life has to be.
Amazing. You have shared a great level of wisdom, because you have not shared any very super high philosophy, but you have given a very practical point.
Absolutely.
Now, one region or one geographical area where medical awareness is highly required, which is rural area.
True.
So how we can create awareness in this area?
See, lot of awareness initiative are being taken by government. Lot of NGOs are working in this area. And as I've already said, say, for example, IMA is having one of the initiative called Aao Gaon Chale, wherein every regional IMA is adapting one district, a small village in their particular district, and render services there for awareness as well as diagnosis. So this way, IMA Pan India is working in this field. This is one way of doing. IMA is again, we say, one of the largest NGO of the world. That is one way. Second is because of media, the penetration of technology is like anything. So that is the way things are happening. We are empowering people. And third, the telemedicine. Lot of telemedicine options are available. Commercial, non-commercial regions, charitable regions and all. And lot of point-of-care devices has come in. Say, for example, handheld device for diagnosis of breast cancer, camera for taking pictures of fundus of eye, remotely taking, somebody is reporting somewhere. So with all this, the awareness and the diagnostic capability, the importance in rural health has increased. And PSC, CSC network is also growing. The government is doing their bit, private is doing their bit. And now, because of, say, blessing in disguise, the number of doctors have increased like anything. So there is no space for many specialties to work. So they are forced to go to the into tier 2, 3, 4 cities. And that's the another reason that the healthcare is changing.
So we can say there is an ecosystem which actually, creates awareness in rural area. That's really wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, we have, in last 30 minutes or so, we have seen a lot of wisdom from your side.
True.
So, I always ask my guest a last point. We have audience where we have younger generation, we have parents, we have couple. I would like you to share your advice or wisdom for two group of people. One is younger generation, and another is the students who has opted for medicine and they are studying medicine. So for these two group, please give your word of wisdom.
See, for students who have already opted medicine, आप अंदर आके फंस गए हैं तो तैरना सीख जाओ. What you can do now, as you already entered the medical field, जो पुराने जमाने की थॉट्स थी, ये सेवा है, नॉन कमर्शियल है, सब भूल जाओ. Being a good professional, be a good professional. A professional who is proficient in the knowledge, because there is no replacement for having a good knowledge or good clinical equipment. उसका replacement कुछ नहीं है.
Amazing.
And learn commerce also. You need to learn the basics of how to do a business. So learn business, which is not being unfortunately taught in the medical schools nowadays, as of now still. So learn financial financial prudence
Mm.
and business tools, because otherwise we have seen a lot of doctors who do wonderful in their practice,
Mm.
but when they retire, they fall below poverty line.
Yeah.
So do not repeat mistake of so seniors.
Mm.
So good clinical acumen, see good number of patients. Ratta mar concept doesn't work,
Mm.
and have other prudence in the other field like finance and
Mm.
business plan.
Business.
This is for medical students. Students in general, in today's world, people just blindly follow the one trend, wanted to go to engineering, wanted to go to
Mm.
medical, whether they are inclined or not.
Mm.
And there is a group of students, they always wanted to do something different, but they do not know how different they wanted to do.
Mm.
So stay in mainstream. Always talk to your seniors and superiors and elders in the family,
Mm.
because उनके बाल ऐसे ही सफेद नहीं हुए हैं.
Experience.
They
Yeah.
are carrying lot of wisdom and experience with them.
Yeah.
And at the times क्या होता है, they always feel कि parents को तो पता नहीं लगता.
हाँ.
ये आपका काम नहीं है.
Hmm.
You don't know anything.
Hmm.
They will ask your friends
Hmm.
who are equally ignorant or not empowered.
Hmm.
So do not take important decisions of your life looking at your peers or taking advice from your peers. Are always good. Friends are always good. They put a lot of good input. But to consult others, and at the same time, do not be too much behind a particular goal. Don't be too aggressive. Give equal importance in whatever field you are, equal importance to mental health and balance. And the social system that has been built over a period of time, getting married in time, having kid in time, having a social system in place, is still one of the best social system in the world. To try to honor that. And uh, what I will always tell my younger patients to do, behave naturally. Behave naturally means wake up early in the morning, try to have your freshen up in morning itself. Afternoon जाने का time नहीं है. रात को टाइम पे खाना खाओ, टाइम पे सो, और फिजिकल एक्टिविटी एट एनी एज. सो जितना नेचुरल ट्रेंड और पैटर्न आपने फॉलो किया, यू विल बी फ्री फ्रॉम लाइफस्टाइल.
Amazing, Doctor. Dr. Pragnesh, after talking to you, one thing I must say that you have been a family physician, you are a family physician, you are still continuing as a family physician.
True.
Looking at your talks, looking at your personality, looking at your thoughts and wisdom, I must say you are a right family doctor. Because why we say family doctor? Because he doesn't only treat by the medical technology or technicality, but he treats as per your nature. He treats as per your need, and that's what you are and you have been doing. So you are the right family doctor, I must say.
And see what is happening now is, sorry to interrupt you in between. Patients send us report on mobile. Sir, देख के बताओ क्या लगता है. Or whenever patient comes to us, they will come with a file, or they will come with a report. Sir, report देख के बताओ क्या लगता है. से रिपोर्ट को बाजू में रखो, पहले आपको क्या होता है मुझे वो बताओ. आई एम इंटरेस्टेड इन दैट, व्हाई दिस फाइल हैज बीन गैदर्ड, इतना क्यों बना है बंच. देन after listening to you, I may look into the file, may not look into the file. So I always tell my colleagues, my juniors, my students that treat patient, not reports.
Wow, amazing, amazing, beautiful thought, beautiful thought. So, Dr. Pragnesh, once again, I express my sincere gratitude. Thank you, because when we talk about doctor, we always expect that doctor will speak about the medical technology, disease, but you have talked about the lifestyle, mentality, mental health, and how we should nurture ourselves mentally and physically. So, thank you so much for sharing so much thought and beautifully. So, once again, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Pleasure is all mine. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was Dr. Pragnesh Vachharajani. A lot of gratitude to Dr. Pragnesh, as we were expecting, or we always expect that being a doctor, he will share a lot of medical technical details, but rather he has come up with a lot of word of wisdom, a lot of innovative thought about ourselves, our life. First point, he said, if you are diagnosed for a diabetes, don't go into denial mode. Don't think that it should not happen to you. And expect unexpected. If you have got diabetes, accept it and just focus on working on taking the diabetes in control. So don't go in denial mode. Expect unexpected. And third thing, he has told for everyone, live natural life. Do your natural routine. Get up early in the morning, do some exercise, have a good food, go to bed early for a sleep. So live your natural life and have some humor in your life. Don't be so much serious. Create humor within your talks, within your work, and enjoy your life as much as possible and be mentally healthy. That was from Dr. Pragnesh Vachharajani. Once again, we are thankful to him, and we are thankful to all of you for continuous support, watching between the lines, sharing your likes, feedback, suggestions. We look forward to more and more suggestions. And do not forget to read between the lines. Thank you. Stay tuned.